Hi, this is Kathryn Bonner. I'm the founder of Women of Passionate Purpose International. And last week I told you that we were going to talk about the power of yes. And so I really want to talk to you further about what really happens when you say yes to your God given call, to your God given dreams. And we were talking about your God given desires and how the word desire means of the Father. And so when you think about the call on your life or the dreams that you have or the desires that you have, nothing really is going to happen until you say yes to what God is calling you to do. And you actually give it spirit walking legs when you say yes. And spirit walking is derived from I come up with the term spirit walking because my life verse is Galatians 5:25, and that verse is, if we live by the Spirit, let us also walk by the Spirit. And I really don't think that we give enough credence to the power of the Spirit. When we begin to tap into the power of the Spirit and allow the Spirit to be the leader of our lives, to guide us and direct us and bring us to the places that we can't go on our own. We just can't. We try to do way too much on our own, and we don't allow the Spirit to do its thing, and if you will. And the Spirit living and dwelling within each of us is so powerful, but we don't allow the Holy Spirit to do what the Holy Spirit really is designed to do. And we have to allow it. We have to allow Him. I shouldn't say it. He is a living piece of us and living and dwelling within us. And so when you actually give this dream, this desire, this call, spirit walking legs, then you're no longer wavering back and forth. And it's kind of like this place of chaos in your life. And you literally now allow God to begin something really big in you. And you have this resounding yes coming up in and out of you. And you've been longing to say yes to your call, to your dreams. And I know what that's like. I know what it's like to fight back and forth between the yes and no. And nothing gets done when we sit on the fence. And so when you begin to say yes and give your dreams, your desires, your calling, whatever you want to call it, spirit walking legs, this is when you begin moving into the places that God is leading you. And this is the way that the Spirit begins to ignite activation. Ellie, come here. Oh, my dog. She just took something of mine off the floor. It's so funny. My husband just came in the door. So she's got my stuff. This is funny. But anyway, she walked off with my water bottle. Sorry, I'm going to keep rolling because it's funny. But anyway, when you say yes, you begin to ignite your faith. I know, you can just sit over there. I know it. When you begin to say yes, you begin to ignite faith inside of you in places where you didn't even know you were able. And when you begin to ignite that faith, your fears begin to diminish more and more. And when you start to say yes, what happens is you begin to say no to the fears that have been holding you back for so long. And I love this because we've been saying yes to our fears, whether you've been saying it out loud or not. Because until you say yes to your call, you're sitting in a place of no. And when you sit in the place of no, then nothing happens. The things that you want to ignite and activate to propel you forth, they can't. Not until you absolutely say yes to letting go of the fears, saying yes, you're going to live bigger, yes, you're going to live into your dreams, yes, you're going to live into your calling. Otherwise, you stay chained up to your fears. And it's a really horrible place to be, and I understand it. I've been there, but I also am really getting kind of tired of doing that now because I have come to a place where I recognize that standing in a place of faith is much better than standing in the place of fear. And so, you've got all kinds of different fears: fears of not knowing how, not knowing who can connect you up with different people and places and products and all the different fears. Also, you have the fears of what are people going to think about me? What are people going to think if I do this or whatever? Um, all those kind of fears of not being able, not being capable, they can rule your life far too much. So until you begin to stop saying no and start saying yes, this is where everything begins to change. So I want you to contemplate the things that you've been saying no to and what is it that you want to begin to say yes to. And as you begin to say yes more and more, your faith will also increase. And it's a really cool thing when you begin to allow yourself to flourish and ignite and become that spirit walker. You'll start saying yes to God more and more. And when you do, God will begin to activate so many things that you don't even know are there. There's like an invisible process in place that the Spirit will begin to start creating visibility. But it won't happen until you absolutely say yes. So I want you to contemplate this. I want you to journal around it. I want you to begin to really be aware. Notice what you're noticing. Notice what you're saying no to. Notice where your places of fear are. And speak out against those things that are shutting your life down. And I want you to begin to recognize how God is going to begin to move you and create another yes on your behalf. Once you say yes, He begins to say yes to more and more also. It's a really cool thing. So I'm praying blessings upon you, and we will continue this conversation in our next newsletter. I'll talk to you soon, and God bless you.